Welcome, creatures, to the Moldy Corner Creature Shop. It's me, Harold, and we've got a movie review this week. We went out and we watched Spider-Man Brand New Day. So strap in, creatures. It's gonna be a web-slinging of a time. So Brand New Day represents the brand new day of Spider-Man. Like, we didn't know if Tom Holland, a couple of years ago, we didn't know if Tom Holland was going to do 3 more films, but then he signed on. And now, most likely, we're going to get, like, 3 more films. Well, 2 more after this. And they've definitely set up a couple of plot lines, and we won't get into spoilers yet, but they definitely set up, stuff for the future. Spider-Man will live on. And now, we've got Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday is just around the corner, and, we've got Avengers and all kinds of Marvel characters just flying around. We had the Daredevil season 2. We had the Punisher got like his one little one-shot thing, but was like not well received. But people seem to like Daredevil, the people that watched it. Unfortunately, nobody really watched it, so, And now Marvel's canceling all kinds of other shows. They canceled Wonder Man, even though season 1 was great, and then Blade's not going to happen. Like, all kinds of stuff is happening right now in the Marvel universe. But right now we're going to talk about Spider-Man, and, he's supposed to be, the center of it all now. Even though he doesn't seem to be in Avengers Doomsday. I'm sure he'll be in Avengers Secret Wars, for sure. For sure, he's going to be in that. But for now, everyone's kind of like guest spotting in his films. Like in this movie, we've got the Punisher, we got the Hulk, and then a couple of surprises, and lots more Marvel characters and returning characters. MJ and Ned are back. I mean, that's a big deal. MJ and Ned are back because they lost their memories in the last film. The last film was just like a cluster of all kinds of things going on, whereas this film was much more balanced and a street-level Spider-Man. The last film was like a cosmic, magical Spider-Man with all these other Spider-Men showing up and doing all kinds of weird things all over the place and having organic web shooters and wearing normal clothes and then wearing spider suits and then jumping around and getting stabbed and going back to their own universes so they could die. It was just all kinds of stuff. Then Doctor Strange showed up and it was like all cosmic kind of cube kind of stuff going on, and then Ned could use magic, and then MJ was like, use magic, Ned, and he was like, magic. And then the universe started collapsing, and then the universe started collapsing, and Spider-Man was like, we have to fix the universe, and everyone has to forgive me. And then everyone forgot him, and then he fixed the universe, and now he's back, and he's being like a street-level guy, and then he's just like alone and sad. But thankfully, what's new in this film versus the other films is there's some visual flair and some respect for the comic books. Like, this new director really likes the Spider-Man universes and put all kinds of Easter eggs. So you really want to go back and watch that film a couple of more times just to see what you missed before and after. And then you're gonna wish that the movie was 3 hours long so you could get some of these villains on screen for a second or more. Like, Tombstone is awesome, but he only gets 3 shots and a couple of lines and then he disappears. It's so fast. But we do get a lot of time with Peter Parker Spider-Man. He's got a big emotional arc. MJ and Ned have big emotional arcs with him, and then, without going into spoilers, the villains, a lot of depth to them, and, expanding the universe on top of that, which is really what you want from every Marvel movie, is always expanding the universe, just tiny bit. And this film definitely does that in spades, but it's Spider-Man. You're expecting everyone to show up, and that's what Spider-Man movies should really be, is everybody showing up. I think the X-Men movies are going to be like that next, is everybody showing up. Just every Avengers films were that. Now they're going to show this is going to be Avengers, and then now it's going to be X-Men. After Secret Wars, it'll just be X-Men movies from then on out. You'll see. Bet your bottom dollar. That's what you get from Brand New Day, is a good, balanced film. It's not super over-the-top funny. It's not super serious. It's a mix of the two, and you get lots of characters that matter. The Punisher is he's in the film for a reason. The Hulk is in the film for a reason. Well, the Hulk, maybe less so. And then a couple of characters, maybe not, but then one, really big villain. And then you've got the really big villain who matters a huge amount, but, is tied into the Marvel Universe, and with Spider-Man, and with, everything that's going on. So, it's really tied in with the film in an organic way. Speaking of organic, organic. He also gets his organic web shooters, and so it gets like a huge upgrade in this film. Like his arachnid like DNA is taking over. So Spider-Man gets like a whole upgrade here, and he's gonna need it for Secret Wars. But just before we get into spoilers, I do want to say that this film was very solid and really good and super watchable and like looked good and had everything you would want from like a Spider-Man, as a Spider-Man fan and as a Marvel fan and as a movie fan. Maybe the film is a tad long, but I mean, it's so overstuffed. Like I'm sure there's like another hour on the cutting room floor somewhere. Spoiler alert! Spoilers! Do not go any further if you want no spoilers! No spoilers! Spoilers for Spider-Man! Brand new day! Spoilers! Spoilers! And the big spoiler of Brand New Day is that Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. Which, I mean, everyone kind of figured out. But, you know, it was really up in the air whether or not she was Jean Grey or not. And, you know, and it's not really until, like, over the halfway point that they even find out what her name is. So you've got, like, this mystery character running around the entire film, which is, like, a really cool and interesting MacGuffin to put into the film. It makes it, like, a detective story for Spider-Man, which, like, it makes the film structured really well. And then when it comes to light that she is Jean Grey, you get that, like, gasp from the Marvel fans. They're like, oh my goodness, it's Jean Grey. I knew. Or you got, like, the opposite of the fan base where Marvel was like, it's Jean Grey. Oh, God. Why did it have to be Jean Grey? This is horrible. This is horrible. I'm on the, it's Jean Grey side of things. So, I mean, whatever side you land on, this is a big deal for Marvel fans that Jean Grey is here. And super powerful on top of that. Like, she gets an upgrade in the middle of the film. There's a lot of upgrading going on in this film. I don't know why that's going on. Maybe the writers were watching a lot of anime or something like that. I'm not sure. But I mean, she's like a baby Jean Grey. She's not like full Jean Grey. Yeah, like she's not in the suit or anything like that. Like they've got to build up the X-Men, and Jean Grey's just like the first itty bitty tidbit of that. And I thought they did her a lot of justice and like put her in the film in like a cool and interesting way and like set up for the next X-Men trilogy or whatever they're planning. I also really like the Punisher. He's in the film a lot. I was very surprised how much in the film he was. And he gets a bunch of like really cool scenes with Spider-Man and MJ. And I understand why some Punisher fans are going to be like, but he's too funny. Guys, you're watching a Spider-Man movie. Punisher is in a Spider-Man movie. It's fine. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. And he's utilized in a cool and interesting way that, like, matters to Peter. Like, a character reason, not just, like, a plot reason. Like, he fills in a void for Spider-Man. Because this film's themes are a lot about loneliness. And Punisher really fits that bill. And having him be a mirror for Peter gives the film an emotional weight that I never even really got from any of the previous films. I gotta say, even if you're not a Spider-Man fan, I think you'll find enough to enjoy in this film. Even though that there is a little magic going on, like amnesia kind of situation going on, like I don't remember you kind of situation. I mean, but as a soap opera tool, it's used very effectively in this film, and overall will make you want to see these characters succeed and want to know what will happen in the next chapter. So where does Spider-Man Brand New Day stack up on our tier list? Well, let's go through some of the older films and put them on the list, and then we'll put Brand New Day on the list, and we'll see how it stacks up. So, we've got the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man film. The one, the only Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and William Dafoe Green Goblin. This is definitely an A-rank. Then Spider-Man 2 came out a couple of years later. Alfred Molina playing Doc Ock. This is I think so good. This is so top tier, S tier film. I can't even believe it. S tier, please, please, S tier. Spider-Man 2 is so S tier. I can't even believe it. Then there was the studio interference mess of a film, Spider-Man 3. Like, way too many villains, weird comedy. Like, Sam Raimi's comedy doesn't always hit. He has had duds before, believe me. And this is one of those duds. Spider-Man 3, not an F, but it's a D. It's a D. It's all the way down there in the D list. And that was all that wrote for the Sam Raimi trilogy. So fast forward a few years, and Sony's like, we gotta put a film out there. So they got Andrew Garfield to play the Amazing Spider-Man. And where does that first Amazing Spider-Man film land? Well, it's a B. It's a fine B. There's nothing wrong with the B. It's a fun film. The suit's not that great, but that ending really got to me. And the lizard story is pretty cool. I kind of like that lizard story in this one. So it's a B. But then you got Amazing Spider-Man 2. And yes, there are some issues, but I really think it's an A-tier film. It's like a wildly good film. And like, you knew Gwen Stacy was going to die eventually, horrifically. So there shouldn't be any surprises there. And Jamie Foxx, like, once he turns into Electro, the film does get better. I don't know what they were doing with his, like, nerd costume or whatever. But it's an A movie. I like it. But that's all the Amazing Spider-Man got because they were box office failure. So they moved on. No trilogy for Andrew Garfield. Instead, we got a like half-produced Sony Marvel hybrid, and Tom Holland takes over as Spider-Man with Spider-Man Homecoming. And where does Tom Holland's film land on the list? Well, it's going to be an A. Homecoming was an A. That was like a lot of fun. You had Iron Man in the movie. Vulture is fantastic. Vulture really makes that movie. Deja vu. A very solid A. But then you had Spider-Man Far From Home. Jake Gyllenhaal shows up as the villain, and Iron Man's dead. They're not in New York. CB. It's a B. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. C. It's a C. Put Far From Home in the C. Yeah, it's fine. Meh. And then they did better with No Way Home. And then that gets back up to, it's gonna be a B. It's gonna be a B film. And that was the Home trilogy. Now we're like in the Day trilogy, I guess. I'm not sure how it works. But Brand New Day, a solid A-tier film. And that tier listing of the Spider-Man films. Down in the comments, let me know what you thought. We're down here in the Moldy Corner reviewing movies and comic books all week long for your enjoyment. So let us know how we're doing and leave a like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Remember, creatures, to stay frosty.